It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, they are hungry for a win here. Last season, they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before, Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year in the ring.
That was an incredible run. But some teams that looked unstoppable last year will start to show some cracks in their armor. But the other teams that didn't look like much on paper last year, beginning this season, are now looking like they will surprise.
And that is it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports Group.
This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And they're starting off the season playing the 76ers here. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. They're the better team. They expect to win this matchup. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Robert Covington out there with Noel. Then it's Hollis Thompson. Then there's Okafor, and it's Roten in at the point.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Now here's Turner. Right through the D for the layup. Boston on D. Roten kicks to Thompson. Noel passes to Roten. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Noel.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Turner's got his second basket of the night.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Roten kicks to Covington. And it's Okafor at the elbow. And it's Roten atop the key. He dishes it to Noel. Again, Philadelphia.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Smart kicks to Zeller. It's Bradley on the wing. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Shoots from the corner. Here's Lee. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
Here's Covington. Passes it to Noel. In the corner, it's Roten. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Okafor with the screen on Zeller. Here's Covington. Second shot opportunity, and it's Okafor missing.
those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Zeller. And a missed layup. Greg, you're talking about David Lee, the two-time All-Star. Pretty much a starter most of his career, though a big change, Clark, as he came off the bench this past season after he was injured in the preseason.
Yeah, you think about his game, though, Kevin. Highly skilled, mobile, smart. Gives you energy in scoring. I think he's ideal coming off the bench.
Roten, no good. The Celtics with the lead. Let's send it out to DB, who caught up with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blocking they're certain to face in this matchup. He's certainly cognizant of it, and he told me this. If we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover, that will help. Also, getting them on the move in the half court, whether with ball movement or screens, will also serve us well. Kevin, if they can execute, they'll have some success.
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like the one they're facing today has certainly got their attention.
You know, you have to watch film on them for a few minutes to see how sturdy they are defensively.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no surprise they spent the bulk of their preparations getting their offensive game plan in place and ready to roll.
Bradley can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 3. Here's Roten. Now the dish to Thompson. Okafor, the pass to Roten. Noel. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
Both free throws good from Noel.
And for Noel, I really think he took off in the back half of the season. Up his scoring, his shooting percentage, and his rebounding. You can see him getting better almost every game.
Now here's Turner. He has 5. Feeds it to Smart. Boston needs to get off a shot. Here's Turner. Good, and Smart gets the assist. That's now 8 points for Evan Turner.
And by the end of the season last year, Noel was completely different as a player. Always a defensive force in the league. His development is probably going faster than many expected.
Now here's Roten. Covington in the corner. It's deflected. And here is Turner in the corner. Bradley with it. That 3 off the mark.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Dishes it to Roten. He tries for 3. Shot is off. And it's Boston the other way. Here's Turner. Here's Smart. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Jared Sullinger's checked in for Zeller. Jerebko comes in for Lee. Jay Crowder's checked in for Evan Turner. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Avery Bradley. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Okafor. Landry comes in for Nerlens Noel. Stauskas is checked in for Thompson. And it's Jackson in for Tony Roten.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
The 76ers trail by 7. Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
Now here's Schröder. He kicks it to Smart. Outside Thomas. Shot clock at 5. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And those putback baskets contributing to their lead, Greg.
Jackson against Thomas. Jackson drives in. Here's Landry. The putback, and Embiid throws it down.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Sullinger after the made shot from Joel Embiid. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Here's Jackson, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Smart.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league rankings. 4th in assists, 8th in steals. And they were one of the top 10 teams in the league at scoring points off turnovers. I'd call them a very opportunistic team.
And from those assist numbers, you can see this was a very unselfish team. Their passing was really infectious and made them a tough team to defend.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Olynyk, he's checked in for Smart. And the 76ers also making a change. Cannon's checked in. And he can't hit the second.
And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
Here's Jackson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Cannon, defended by Crowder. Cannon kicks to Embiid. Pass to Stauskas. Back to Embiid. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Cannon, that's a 2-pointer. It's tipped.
It's still early, but they've started to establish themselves on the glass here.
Yeah, scrappy, Clark, for each and every rebound. They are not backing down.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Boston?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
Stauskas with the bucket.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Celtics leading by 10. Outside Thomas. Sullinger, a screen on Jackson. There's the pass to Olynyk. Here's Jerebko. And again, Boston with the triple.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Cannon. Clock at 4. Takes a shot at the elbow. Rebound by Olynyk. And the Celtics shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Thomas kicks to Sullinger. Olynyk inside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Sullinger with a screen for Thomas. Crowder kicks to Sullinger. In the corner, Crowder with it. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Crowder's got 8 points.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Celtics lead by 18. And we'll be back right after this. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs. He talked about the challenge of making that decision.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to a process together. And I was sold on that, and I continue to be sold on it.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks washed in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's gain and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Celtics here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Tony Wroten out there with Hollis Thompson. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Noel. And it's Okafor in at the 5 down low. Outside Thomas. He dishes it to Johnson. Count the bucket. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
And Thompson kicks to Wroten. Noel, a screen on Thomas. Now here's Wroten. He's guarded by Thomas. Elbow shot. Wroten, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Thompson against Bradley. Back to Thomas. Releases. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
Shoots it. Wroten, no good.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. The 76ers trail by 20. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in their rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work ethic. People around the league think he's already a top coach and could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
Guys, what a nice surprise Tony Wroten was last season, especially effective taking over at the point, Clark, with Michael Carter-Williams gone.
Yeah, Wroten put up a career-high 5 assists per game and really worked hard at the defensive end as well. He's one of the few talents on the Sixers roster that hadn't been traded away.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Okafor. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Here's Lee. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
And for Wroten last season, he even took on more of a scorer's mentality. Went up in points, went down in field goal percentage. But like a boxer, he gets a little extra credit for pushing the action.
And, talking about Wroten, I think the next step in his development is to produce at the same level but with greater efficiency. Too often his highlight reel passes led to turnovers. He would gamble defensively, too. That's, to me, just a young player growing up on the job.
One thing about David Lee is a proven scorer and rebounder, Clark. Health, though, has been a concern.
It has been very durable early in his career, Kevin, but of late we've seen hamstring issues, back issues, and torn hip flexors, and that's taken a toll on him for sure.
Here's Thompson, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
One shot.
That free throw good from Thompson.
And guys, for David Lee, when healthy, he can absolutely fill it up. I mean, he's a terrific offensive player, can score over both shoulders, a really solid passer, and of course, a volume rebounder.
Smart kicks to Lee. And the rejection by Noel. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Wroten kicks to Okafor. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And David Lee reworking to improve his mid-range jumper going into last season. When he's hitting that shot, guys, he's almost impossible to defend.
Goes up on the high post. And Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Lee. Bradley's got 5.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Kicks it to Covington. Plenty of space. Offensive rebound. Thompson dishes to Noel. The feed to Wroten. Pass to Okafor. Second chance shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
And, for the Celtics at home, they were able to get wins by playing tough defense in front of their rabid fans. Their offense virtually the same as when they were on the road. The defense was the difference at home.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And as you said with the Celtics, it was the D at home that helped them get wins here. They'll want to be better than one game over 500 this season to get back into the postseason.
The 76ers trail by 17. Pick by Okafor. Covington in the corner. He feeds it to Roten. He dishes it to Noel. Makes it off the glass. Noel's got his third basket of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. It's really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
That's his second personal.
Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really like. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
The first one falls.
And for Smart, though, he still has a lot of work to do on his ball handling and passing. His shooting, I think, exceeded some people's expectations. 37% from the field last year was subpar, but his 34% accuracy from three was solid. He finally started going straight up on his jumper instead of leaning in, and his release looked money.
So he makes one of two as the second one misses.
You know, you talk about Smart's lackluster field goal percentage. Once he gets more comfortable with his ball handling and adjusts to the length in the NBA, I think he'll convert more at the basket. That'll also create more drive and dish chances for him as well.
The drive by Thompson. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Roten, no good.
And if he thinks that's within his range, then you know what? He's got a low basketball IQ.
Yeah, impossible to say what he was thinking there, Greg. I'm not even going to venture to guess.
Here's Turner and the rejection by Noel. Now Roten. On the wing, Thompson. Uncovered. Drained for 2 points. Thompson's got 7 now in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Turner passes to Lee. Pick by Zeller. Passes it to Bradley. Shot off the pick. Can't get it to go. Now the 76ers take it the other way.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Embiid, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Boston making some changes. Sellinger's checked in for Lee. Jerebko comes in for Turner. And Jay Crowder's subbed in for Avery Bradley. Carl Landry's checked in for the 76ers. Jackson comes in for Thompson. Celtics leading by 14. Smart kicks to Zeller. There's the dish to Sellinger. Now here's Crowder. He's got 8. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Embiid. Jackson drives in. 76ers moving the ball around. Stauskas' shot is off. Boston's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Nice shot by Smart.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
The 76ers trail by 16. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And for Sellinger last season, further indication, Clark, that he needs to keep working on his conditioning.
And that was a concern coming into the league with Jared, is just how committed would he be to working on his body all the time and maintaining the level of conditioning that he needs. And injuries have been a part of that not being the case, but when he's out there, he's capable.
Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. The 76ers #1.
You know, I don't know if the numbers even told the story. I mean, their defense was as good as it gets, often just leaving their opponents completely demoralized.
Boston making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. Isaiah Cannon, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And so here is Philadelphia. It's a 16-point game. That's good.
And talking about Sullinger, you wonder if he's been in the right scheme for the past couple years. He's not a three-point shooter. He's a back-to-the-basket banger. You want proof? Only hit 28% from behind the arc last season, and that was his career high.
Cannon kicks to Jackson. High, arcing shot, and it's blocked.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. 1:51 left in the first half of basketball.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
And the Celtics making a change here. Thomas is checked in. And there's a minute 45 left here in the second. Thomas against Jackson. 5 to shoot. Feeds to Stauskas. That's short off the rim. Celtics leading by 16. Thomas dishes to Jerebko. That is good. Jerebko's got his second bucket of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Landry passes to Stauskas. Landry a screen on Thomas. Cannon kicks to Landry. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Landry's got his first 2 points of the night.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Olynyk in the corner. Ring shot on the way. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
That one goes. Count it. Landry's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. There's the pick. Thomas kicks to Jerebko. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got his 4th assist in this one. The 76ers trail by 16. Jackson with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Embiid the screen. Cannon, that's a 2-pointer. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Celtics up by 16. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, David, obviously a very strong first half. What's been the philosophy of this team and how you mentally set your focus as a group to come out and play your best basketball?
We just need to keep being consistent, and we're a team that's going to stay humble. That's not an issue with us. We're trying to play defense, rebound the basketball, and then just share the ball in offensive way as a team.
David, it's been a complete change in culture. Thank you for your time. Over to you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have amped up home crowd joining us for our halftime report. Ernie Johnson with the illustrious Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Boston had no problems getting going. They got on one incredibly dazzling streak and at one point had an 18-point lead. They were hot as the first quarter came to a close, making all 5 of their last 5 shots of the period. The second quarter didn't advance their lead, but they still dominated the half overall, ending it way, way out in front. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
They're just pulling down rebounds at will. Their aggressiveness has been dynamite, flying in from all angles. With rebounding, you assume that everything is amiss, and obviously they've taken that to heart.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Look at Evan Turner. What a contribution.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Celtics leading by 16.
And not many people expected anyone from the Atlantic to do much last season. Boston was the surprise of the division as they ended up making the playoffs.
Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Zeller is out there with David Lee, and it's Smart in at the 1 spot. That's the Boston 5. Dishes it to Roten, picked by Okafor. There's the screen. He kicks it to Roten. 6 on the shot clock. Covington in the corner. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Covington's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Philadelphia. And for Boston against the rest of the Atlantic Division, they were tough. They ended up going 12-4 in the division, which was a big reason, Clark, they made the playoffs.
And those 12 wins against the rest of the Atlantic, Kevin, were a division best. Even the Raptors, who won the division, only had 11 wins against the Atlantic.
And Thompson kicks to Roten. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Roten's got 5 now. Celtics leading by 11. To the middle. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Well, taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down. Greg started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
It's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
No good on the free throw.
With Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
And the second free throw, good.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit.
14 feet away. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
To the inside. Noel with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Celtics leading by 12. Smart dishes to Bradley. That's good. Bradley's got 8 points.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did, but boy, that was a nice job.
The 76ers might have dodged having the worst record in the league last season, but they didn't dodge having the worst road record last year, Clark.
They could not dodge that one, Kevin. Just 6 wins on the road, but that was pretty much expected considering the youth and inexperience of this team.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Noel. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
That's his second personal foul.
And for the 76ers, they weren't a good shooting team in general. And on the road, it got real ugly. They shot under 40% as a team on the year away from home.
For the Sixers, just a brutal start to last season, 17 straight losses. They did get their first 4 wins of the season as a road team, though. As bad as they were on the road, at least they had that going for them.
Bradley passes to Lee. No good. Good D by Thompson.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Tries again. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Okafor.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot. And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Chance to check out Evan Turner. How he did last season. Was in at about 9 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Picked by Lee. Bradley kicks to Smart. Drills it from outside. Smart's got his third basket of the night right there.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Covington dishes to Noel. And Boston with the rebound. Zeller's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Turner. He's got 8. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Covington. Rebounded by the Celtics. Zeller's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Turner, and he slams it one-handed.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
Yeah, he'll take those all day.
Pass to Noel. And here is Roten. He's got 5. The pass to Okafor. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
And for the Celtics, 28 of their 40 wins on the season came against the East. Not impressive, but it got the job done in a conference which could be had at times, obviously.
That's true, but what should be noted, Kevin, about the Celtics against the East is just how well they played against the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Right.
I mean, against the East top 8, they shot a lot better and executed a lot better as well. So you can see them stepping up their game against the competition.
Second free throw, no good. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season. After all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around, they settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction. They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
Just 4 to shoot. Kept alive. Here's Johnson. Smart kicks to Zeller. On the wing, Turner. He's got 12. And the rejection by Noel. Covington passes to Thompson. Noel with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Now here's Roten. He's tightly guarded. Good work defensively by Turner.
And, you know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
Pick by Zeller. Turner against Noel. Shots good by Turner. Turner's got 14 points for the game.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. In fourth, the Celtics.
I tell you what, if you had to pick one stat, at least on the offensive side of the ball, that benefits your team, this is it. I mean, when you're amongst the league leaders in assists, you're doing a lot of good things. Not just making shots, but you're moving your teammates and you're moving the basketball.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Sullinger's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Jerebko comes in for Evan Turner. Jay Crowder's checked in for Avery Bradley. And Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. Stauskas with the bucket. Stauskas has got his second basket of the game.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Jackson dishes to Roten. Off target at the rim.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Now Roten, he has 5. Outside Jackson. It's deflected.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Roten kicks to Jackson. Got a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Olynyk, he's checked in for Boston.
Kelly Olynyk.
On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Thomas. And that one's good.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And so it's Boston with it. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Out to the right wing. Jerebko. The shot no good. And Philadelphia the other way now. Kicks it to Roten. No good. Excellent D from Thomas.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
To the wing on the left. Here's Sullinger. Nails the wide open jump shot. 1:35 left in the third quarter of the game. Jackson kicks to Roten. Lets it go from 11, and he knocks down the jumper. Roten's got 7. 1:15 left to play in the third. Now, here's Thomas. Pass to Sullinger. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got his 6th assist on the night.
No hesitation. When he saw the space the D was giving him, that's 2.
Landry with the screen. Jackson drives in. Goes up at the stripe. Here's Embiid. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. 6 points for him.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Thomas against Jackson from 11 feet away. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Excellent D from Thomas.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
And the rejection by Embiid. Jackson off the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Celtics lead by 17. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The 76ers trail by 17, so on the floor for Philadelphia. Okafor out there with Nerlens Noel. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Thompson in at the 2 spot. Cannon kicks to Okafor. The turnaround jumper. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it. And Cannon is good for 3. Cannon's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the 76ers. Celtics leading by 14. Smart passes to Bradley. Out to Turner. Baseline try. And it's Noel with the rebound. And the 76ers shooting 41% for the game. Here's Cannon. The feed to Thompson. Pick by Okafor. Pass to Cannon. 6 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Okafor. And it's Okafor again missing.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Outside Turner. Down low, here's Bradley. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Celtics lead by 16.
Just the shot they wanted. Point-blank range.
Cannon kicks to Okafor. Covington dishes to Okafor. He feeds it to Cannon. Pick by Okafor. Cannon the pass to Okafor. And yep, couple bounces and it falls.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Lee sets a screen for Bradley. Pick by Zeller. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 6 rebounds in the game. The dish now to Cannon. And Noel kicks to Cannon. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Okafor. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Celtics call timeout. Here we go, Boston. Now coming up the court are your Celtics dancers. Give it up.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Thanks again, Doris. Bradley with the ball, picked up by Thompson. Thompson against Bradley. For 3. Tries again. Here's Lee, and the rejection by Noel. Here's Cannon. Noel, a screen on Turner. Cannon dishes to Noel. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Okafor.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Smart kicks to Zeller. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And the Celtics lead by 12.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Pick by Okafor. Thompson against Bradley. Thompson passes to Covington. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Boston leading by 10. Bradley dishes to Smart. Screen by Lee. Smart kicks to Lee. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Noel's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Cannon. Turner covering. Lee against Noel. Picked by Okafor. And here's Covington from the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics. Outside Bradley. Lets it go from 11. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Cannon kicks to Okafor. Feeds it to Noel. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
And the 76ers making a change here. Roten's checked in. Boston leading by 10. Turner with it. Picked by Zeller. Turner passes to Bradley. Lee, a screen on Thompson. And Bradley gets it to go.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Roten dishes to Thompson. Okafor up top. On the wing, Thompson. Guarded by Bradley. 4 on the clock. Okafor. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Assisted.
Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Celtics have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. Right side, Bradley. Launches a 3. That drops.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
And here is Roten. Here's Covington. The rebound by the Celtics. Turner's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dishes it to Zeller. He kicks to Smart. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
That's his 3rd personal, team's first.
Thomas checked in for Smart. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Now here's Roten. He's guarded by Thomas. Roten kicks to Okafor. Tries from 10. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Okafor's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Celtics leading by 15. Outside Bradley. Thomas a screen. Bradley kicks to Lee. And it's Noel with the rebound.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Pass to Roten. Over to the left wing. For three, Covington. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Now Thomas. The pass to Lee. That's good. Lee's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off. And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
.158 left to play here in the fourth. Roten, the pass to Okafor. Turnaround Jay. Here's Noel. It's deflected. Now, here's Thomas. Kicks it to Lee. Thomas a screen. Lee dishes to Bradley. Here's Zeller, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
76ers foul. Jaleel Okafor. His fourth, second team.
Boston making some changes. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Lee. Jerebko comes in for Turner. And it's Schröder in for Avery Bradley. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Carl Landry's checked in for Okafor. Nick Stauskas comes in for Robert Covington. Cannony's checked in for Hollis Thompson. And it's Jackson in for Tony Roten. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player, even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
The Celtics making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. Okafor's checked in. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Cannon, outside Landry. Out to the wing. The shot. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Cannon's got 5 points in the quarter.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage, too. So really solid production in his first couple of years.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Boston.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And I don't think anybody saw a performance like this one coming tonight. What a big-time game for Smart. He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
At the line for the Celtics, Amir Johnson. At the line with one shot.
That one misses for Johnson. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Cannon. Got a piece of it. Outside Thomas. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, so is Shaquille O'Neal. Time now for some highlights as we take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game. What are your thoughts, Kenny, on his game tonight?
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.